Hello everybody!
Hello everyone. Today we are going to do an Espresso Martini tour.
I am so excited for this video. I don't know if you can tell, but I am a lover of some Espresso Martinis. I have tried them all over Disney property, trying to find my favorite Espresso Martini.
Is it your favorite cocktail? Like of a classic cocktail
I think
collection?
of a classic cocktail. Espresso Martinis are definitely way above the rest on that list. Yeah, so today we are going to meet up with our good friend Kristen, and we're going to do a battle of the Espresso Martinis. I've picked out my top 3. She's picked out her top 3.
And I'm coming along for the ride to indulge in both of the top 3s to see which ones I like the best as well.
We're going to compare, see what is the same on the list, what's different, all the different qualities and different types of Espresso Martinis that they have all over property. And for this list, we are only doing classic Espresso Martinis. I know a lot of places have like cold brew cocktails, different types of cocktails, but this is strictly Espresso Martinis.
So that means no ice in the drink. It's just got to be straight up, just liquid in that glass.
So I'm so excited.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Let's get to it. We are starting off our day over here at Disney Springs. Disney Springs is actually where 2 of my top 3 Espresso Martinis are located at. They're actually right across from each other too. I feel like maybe they've got a secret little Espresso Martini competition going on. See who can make the better one. Before we get started trying our top 3 Espresso Martinis, I have to meet up with my good friend Kristen, another Espresso Martini connoisseur, I would say. She's here to share her top 3 Espresso Martinis as well, like I mentioned earlier. So we're going to compare, contrast the list, see which ones made it and which ones didn't. I have to say, I have a lot of honorable mentions. This list was really hard for me to make. So I'm excited to see what Kristen put on her list so we can see my top 3 and her top 3 and then those honorable mentions, like I just said. And here she is, Kristen, right down Main Street herself. Kristen, I can't wait to hear your top 3 versus my top 3.
I think we have very similar tastes when it comes to Espresso Martinis, so I think we might have like 1 or 2 of the same on our lists.
Let's go find out. Of course, you can't have an Espresso Martini on an empty stomach, so Dom stopped at the beloved Deluxe Burger to get a nice little snack.
Yo, what do you got?
And we have arrived at one of the locations of the top 3 Espresso Martinis. Wine Bar George. Although they're known for their wine, obviously in the name, they actually have very well crafted food items and cocktails available here as well. Wine Bar George is one of Dominic's and I's favorite place to come because you can get wines by the ounces. You can try different things that you might not be able to get in a regular setting because you don't want a whole glass. I really love it, but I have discovered that they have a Espresso Martini here as well.
So Wine Bar George actually has a specific name for their Espresso Martini. It's called a wake-up call, and they use non-aged brandy, which is this bottle we're looking at, and they drip it from this apparatus into their espresso, and there you have it. Pretty cool way to make a cocktail, if you ask me.
Here they are, the wake-up call. They've got the 3 beans. Honestly, if you look at mine, it kind of looks like I have like a little hidden Mickey on the top of mine too. Looks delicious. It's got that amazing froth on top. I'm excited to try. All right, the moment of truth. It's looking really delicious. I hope it tastes as good as it looks. Whew. You can taste the alcohol in it today. So good though. Not too sweet, not too heavy. It's a really, really good cocktail.
All right, let's give this a go here. Very coffee forward. You are definitely tasting your espresso in this beverage. I think the wake up call is a great name for it. Like I said, super strong coffee forward. It's a great espresso martini. This one's a little different from the Nomad Lounge. As you can see, it's not the creamy base. It's a total preference which one you prefer. Like I said, I don't really care as long as the cocktail is well made.
Now, Kristen, what number is this espresso martini on your list?
Numero uno.
Number
this is
1.
so good. this is the best espresso martini I've ever had. I think it checks every single box for me. It's the perfect balance. It's not too sweet. I don't like cream in my espresso martinis, so it checks that box. Very thick foam, which I love. 3 beans. What's the other thing? Oh, and a strong flavor of both espresso and liquor. It's got both of that. It's a great espresso martini.
I have to agree with Kristen. I mean, look at that layer of foam. It's so good. Perfectly crafted. I mean, the way that they prepare this too, the infused coffee, it's just such a delicious cocktail. That's why I definitely had to make my top 3. We have made it to another location with another favorite espresso martini. This one is also one of my favorites for just gluten-free food in general, so you'll catch me here all the time. Dominic and I love coming to this restaurant. I found this espresso martini when we attended brunch here one day. Brunch at this restaurant is my absolute favorite. You can't go wrong with those rolls, and they have gluten-free rolls too.
Yeah, the brunch here is awesome. I really recommend the chicken and biscuits with gravy. It's a good time.
Little secret is if you don't have reservations, they actually have an outside bar out here that we love to go to. It's over on the water. I mean, look at this view. We love to come out here. You can get the full menu out here as well. And for all my gluten-free friends out there, this menu is insane. You can get the crab cakes gluten-free. They have mac and cheese gluten-free. Almost the entire menu can be made gluten-friendly. Also, I'm not sure if you can see from here, but all along the water there's a huge line of people going to House of Blues, which just shows that somebody is performing tonight. I think it's so cool that we can have a little local concert venue and come watch them at House of Blues here at Disney Springs.
Extra foam.
The Boathouse has such a good espresso martini. I mean, look at that. It's got the foam, it's got the beans. Now let's see how the flavor tastes. All right, now to try my number 2 favorite espresso martini on this property. This is such a big espresso martini. I don't know how to describe it. Usually they come in like really tall, small martini glasses. This is looking delicious today. I'm so excited to try this one. This one didn't make it on Kristen's list, which I was shocked, but I'm excited to give it a try. That is so good. That is so good. It's got some sweetness. You put some vanilla in there. Dominic, you have to try.
Alright guys, it is my turn to have the espresso martini from the Boathouse. Let's see how it goes. It's a good espresso martini. Definitely have that coffee flavor. I think there's another one. It might be vanilla or some kind of hazelnut coming through there as well. So the flavor is definitely there. You can taste the coffee and the alcohol as well. It's a solid espresso martini. It's a solid choice if you come here and want a cocktail.
Now that is what I call an espresso martini. All right, Kristen, this one didn't make your list. What do you think? What do you think of the Boathouse?
I was going to say the Boathouse is an honorable mention, but today I am friendly with the bartender and I let him know that I like extra foam on the top, and he shook it extra long, so there was a lot of foam on the top, but we took too many photos and videos that it's already gone. But it totally makes the difference. I feel like the foam just makes an espresso martini like creamier without adding cream, if that makes sense. And this is probably the best espresso martini I've had at the Boathouse, but on a normal day it just misses the list.
Trying to take you to go with the ducks.
Looks like our friend Quack McDuck had too much to drink.
All right, now we're ready to go. Now we're in business. We have arrived to the location where my personal favorite espresso martini is located. Don't know about this walkway on the entrance to Animal Kingdom, but our good friend Theron actually showed it to us. It's perfect. It gets you a little escape from the crowd. I love walking back here. You get to go past the little waterfall. Gets a little wobbly too. Ooh. Whoa. And then you exit right here where the 2 would be. And you see the Tree of Life. I just love this park. We walked right in when they were doing the bird show. I don't know if you've never ever seen the bird show here at Animal Kingdom. It's so cool. You just stop and watch it in front of the Tree of Life one time. Really, really fun. It's definitely spring break here in Orlando. I mean, the weather is beautiful. I don't blame everyone for wanting to be out and about in the parks right now, but I believe the northern US is now on spring break, so the crowds are here. Living here in Orlando, you can find out that spring break happens at different times in different parts of the US, and everyone comes to Disney World, so it's always busy here from like March to April. But right now the crowds are strong. Ooh, 160 minutes for Flight of Passage.
The spring break crowds are definitely here for sure. When Dinosaur has a 45-minute wait, it's a super high capacity attraction. You know, it's pretty crowded. 55 for Kilimanjaro, you could probably justify that if you're really into animals. And then of course Navi River Journey at an hour and a half. That's a brutal wait time.
But I'm not here for the rides. I'm here for one thing and one thing only: Espresso Martini. And we have arrived to the home of my favorite Espresso Martini. The Nomad Lounge is one of my favorite places to come, relax, get a drink, get some snacks, especially for all my friends that are watching with gluten allergies. This place right here is the holy grail of gluten-free food. This location doesn't have the Espresso Martini on the menu. They have a few other cocktail creations. However, one time I came here, the server asked me if I wanted the Espresso Martini his way, and I said, absolutely. It's been the best that I've ever had, ever. Aside from the Espresso Martinis, they have gluten-free churros. So, I mean, how could you go wrong?
So also at this location, it has one of my favorite cocktails on property. It's not an Espresso Martini, but it is the Hightower Rocks. It has an excellent kind of tequila, which is Casa Dragones, and it's not too sweet. It's like the perfect flavor of watermelon, tequila, and the lime juice really just tops it off. It's an excellent, excellent drink.
Honestly, Dominic, I don't know how you're gonna come here and not get the Hightower Rocks. I don't know how you're gonna not get it.
It's gonna be hard because it is one of my favorite cocktails. I might end up caving. I don't know. We'll see. It's gonna be a game time decision.
Now, with the Nomad Lounge, you can join the walk-up list. So you just hit the little join the walk-up list, put how many people are in your party. We are gonna have 3 of us. If it's not available, it'll do that. You can usually walk up and also add yourself to the wait list if you don't have the app. Another cool fact is they have a walk-up bar. So if you're not wanting to wait and sit down and do the whole shebang, you can actually go inside to the bar and do a walk-up cocktail.
It's a good thing that we got on the wait list early. This will be in pretty high demand, especially during those summer hours where it's excruciatingly hot. It's not too bad today, but with those spring break crowds, a lot of people are looking to cool off with a drink. So I'm really happy we got our spot in line.
We have a nice little outside table here.
So cozy out here.
So cozy. You hear the birds. I don't know, and the bugs. I don't know if they're real or if they like put them outside.
Everything
into the noise.
is real. All of it.
So like I mentioned earlier, they have this Mustang coffee on the menu. It is hot coffee, so it doesn't count for our traditional espresso martini, but it is amazing. If you're ever here and it's a nice cold day outside, get the Mustang coffee. This espresso martini is great for those who like a creamy espresso martini. You can see the color here. It is so good. They put Amarillo in it, which is an African liqueur, and then they put shavings of coffee beans on top and type different animals. You can get a sea turtle. I've got an elephant. The list goes on and on.
I know that we're on an espresso martini tour, but had to get one of my most favorite cocktails on property. That is the Hightower Rocks. Essentially, it's a watermelon margarita at the Nomad Lounge. Let's go ahead and give it a taste. It's so good, guys. If you come here, you have to get that along with the espresso martini. Get both. Got a savory drink that is also sweet, and then just a refreshing, sweet margarita to get you in that vacation mode. Highly recommend.
Enough about the tequila drink. Let's get to what we're actually here for. The best espresso martini. The best. It is so good. It's so good. It's so creamy. It's delicious. Nice and smooth. The flavor of it, no other espresso martini touches it on Disney property. Dom has the tasting hat on now.
I got the tasting hat on.
Let's
do
see.
it.
Trying the best espresso martini.
This is such a good cocktail. You forget the espresso martini, like it is an amazing cocktail. That creamy Amarillo makes such a big difference. And the coffee flavor is there. You can still taste that vodka, which I like in a cocktail. I want to taste the liquor that I'm having. Excellent drink. Would highly recommend.
Of course, we had to get a little gluten-free churro action in here while we were here as well.
Thinking about it for so long, and I just haven't gotten one.
We have made it to the Grand for one of Kristen's favorite espresso martinis over here at the Grand Floridian.
So as Ali just said, we have arrived at the Grand Floridian, but did you know that wasn't the original name for this resort? That's right, it was called the Grand Floridian Beach Resort. I guess because there was the beach out front. Another crazy thing is the Beach Boys actually christened this resort by filming the music video for Kokomo on that beach for the movie Cocktail starring Tom Cruise.
I think those are really fun facts about the Grand Floridian that a lot of people don't know. Dom has all these little fun facts about Disney, so we will love sharing them with you throughout our videos. Take a guess where we're headed.
Enchanted Rose. You gotta press the button, or we're not going anywhere.
Going up?
Looks like the Tower of Terror thing. Surprise! It's at Victoria and Albert's.
Actually, Victoria and Albert's serves the Enchanted Rose espresso martini. It's the same. I asked.
So I've heard rumblings that Big Al from the Magic Kingdom, well, he decided to go somewhere else. That's right, he owns this restaurant.
Dom and his dad jokes. We have made it over to the Grand Floridian to the Enchanted Rose. Now this is a bar all based on Beauty and the Beast. And now Dominic has just told me this entire bar is themed off of the remake of Beauty and the Beast. Not the original animated, but the remake live action of Beauty and the Beast. Now, although the espresso martini didn't make it on my top 3 list, it's definitely in the honorable mentions. I love it. You have the option to add a little Mozart or Godiva liqueur to make it a little bit more chocolatey. It's really, really delicious. But this is one of my favorite lounges all across Disney property. I love the lavender fog, which obviously is an espresso martini, but I might have to just get that along with our espresso martini today.
So I have to agree with Ali, this is one of my favorite lounges on property. I love how you can hear the pianist playing all the songs while you either sit on these couches over here, or depending on where you're seated inside the actual lounge, you can hear them as well. And my favorite cocktail here is the Island Rose, and definitely get the beef jerky. Don't ask me why, just order it and you'll see.
I love this. They have the clock, they have the rose, all little nods to Beauty.
Is that the actual Enchanted Rose? Is it right there?
Why don't you find out? Like we said, this is one of our favorite lounges to come to. They have nice little couches for us to sit on, a great view of the Grand out there. You can't beat it. Now, this is one of Kristen's top 3 espresso martinis here at the Grand Floridian, Enchanted Rose. Like I said, I've actually had it before with a Mozart liqueur and a Godiva liqueur. It's really, really good that way because I like mine a little more creamy, but let's try it out, see how it compares.
Alrighty guys, we are here at the Enchanted Rose and we got our espresso martini. This is Kristen's second favorite on property. Love that foam head on top, and honestly, that little chocolate piece in there just adds a little bit of personality to the drink. I cannot wait to have it.
All right, Dominic, let's give Kristen's espresso martini a try.
Wait, Allie, I need an accessory before I try it.
Oh, not the espresso martini tasting hat.
It is the espresso martini tasting hat. It's a great espresso martini. It's such a well-balanced version of it because you do have the foam on top, you have a little bit of alcohol coming through, you can still taste that coffee and the smell of coffee as well. I love this little piece of chocolate that they put on top of the drink. It just gives it a lot of, or it gives I love this little chocolate piece they put on top of the drink. It's just something unique that I've only seen here. So, good on them. Great atmosphere to enjoy it in as well.
Like I said, this was on my honorable mention list, so let's give it a try. See if maybe I'm regretting my decisions on my list. Although this is a very good espresso martini, I'm sticking with my top 3. Like I said, this is an honorable mention. This is so good. I do really like the little chocolate on top. It comes with 3 beans and nice foam. It is so good. So hard to pick your favorites when there's so many to choose from. I do love the lounge. I love everything. But if I'm coming here, I'm getting a lavender fog. All right, Kristen, number 2.
Numero dos.
On your list?
And honestly, I just agree with everything that Dom and Ali have said about this one. I feel like Dom and I have very similar palates when it comes to food and drinks. And yeah, great notes of chocolate and vanilla, but just the slightest bit. I don't like there to be too much chocolate or vanilla flavor to where it overpowers everything else. This is the perfect amount of chocolate and vanilla flavor in there. Still taste the espresso, and obviously the best part is that thick foam. There was literally that much foam in the cup, and I really appreciate that aspect.
Cheers. Well, we hope you all enjoyed joining us on our espresso martini crawl today. We had such a fun time.
I enjoyed it.
I had a great time. I mentioned earlier there were some honorable mentions there. Definitely, Kristen's, one of her top 3 is the Bellevue Lounge. The bartender over there makes specialty espresso martinis. I had a chai espresso martini one time. So good.
The tea and the coffee went well together.
So delicious, so delicious. Space 220 also has a really great one. They put astronaut ice cream on top of it, which is so delicious.
I've never heard of that before. That's interesting.
Yeah, but we hope you all had a great time. Make sure you comment below whether you like your espresso martini creamy or dark. And join us next time.